Hello, everyone. Okay, so unlike last time, I actually forgot to write any notes, I suppose. Past me may have not have been up to it, or the game was too short for me to write any notes. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna talk about Journey to the Savage Planet. It's a rather simple game in its own nature. If you want to boil the game down, it's just a collectathon where you explore this new and mysterious planet. That's about it. But the amount of flavor that this planet holds is in the little nuances you see while going around. While exploring the game, almost at every turn, there's something new or interesting to find. All of the creatures you meet have their own personality and quirks about them, which makes the world feel alive as you walk through it, and I really enjoyed that. Now, technically, while you're going through the game, there's only a few things to find. Fuel, alien alloy, and those orange globs that you eat to level up your health and stamina. You can also get resources from killing the creatures or ore veins that you use to craft all of your upgrades. Now, as you just play the game casually, you'll have no problem getting the amount of resources needed to make all of these upgrades, because while playing through, me and Dark had no issue with that whatsoever. What it really came down to was alien alloys. But today I am reviewing the co-op experience of the game, because I didn't play the game at all solo. Me and Dark went through this together every second of the way, so our progress through the game was probably faster, but we still absorbed everything we needed to know, and overall, I think it was a more fun experience to have someone else with you and to experience these things and find these new creatures and everything that there had to be on the planet with someone else. Now, there is a feature in the game where you scan everything and you get some little lore or a little description or whatever. And while going through, I tried to scan everything that I could. And this actually brought some nostalgia back to me, because it reminded me of back when I was watching my brother play Metroid Prime or playing it myself. I really enjoyed scanning basically everything and learning the little tidbits there were about the planet or whatever environment I happened to be at the time. Now let's talk about the two main things you'll find while running around. Usually while exploring, you'll either be rewarded with an alien alloy, some sort of upgrade for your gear, or the orange plant to upgrade your health and stamina. Now these things are good. A general collectathon will usually have things like, let's say Super Mario 64, where you're running around and you're getting coins, and the only thing you need are stars to get through the doors and whatnot. There isn't anything else other than one-ups or other things that you can find. Coins in general in that game are kinda pointless, other than watching a number go up. But while you play this game, alien alloys are useful, and the orange plants are useful, and the upgrades you'll find are useful from the random materials you'll drill into. Now, these things do have a good balance. They're useful, and they're fun to find. I never once had an item in this game where I found it and it was just boring to find. The journey to find one of these things is nice. Being able to go and discover its location or just see it out in the distance, you're like, oh my gosh, that's actually one of those things I need. And then you go over and you go get it. Now, the alien alloys will have some sort of trial attached to them because the plants that you find them in will be closed sometimes. Sometimes they're just open. Sometimes it's, oh, kill this thing, or, shoot these little orange blobs, which is fun. And the game itself has a lot of humor in it. Now, it's not upfront and in your face about it where it's too much comedy-driven gameplay or fourth wall breaking where you just lose your immersion. It's simple and light. The game has enough self-awareness to know what it is, which is really good. I really enjoyed that aspect. It's a lighthearted and fun game. Now, I'm only going over the main gameplay. I didn't play the DLC, and I don't really plan on it. But what I did do is both endings to the game. Now, they were both good. You know, you got your boss fight, and then you got to go home in the true ending. And that's neat and all, but when I was going back to do the true ending, I realized that I am as blind as a bat, and so is my partner, Dark. Because the locations for the fuel were basically right under our nose, or super obvious. And we totally passed them up because we just got distracted and kept progressing. The game knows exactly which kind of audience it's going for and what kind of comedy style it's going for. It knows exactly what it is. It's a short, pretty fun exploration game with a lot of personality behind it, and I really enjoyed going through it. Would I recommend this game? Yes, definitely, especially if you haven't seen it before. I went into it blind with my friend Dark, and we had a good time. So, that being said, I am going over the co-op experience. So, Dark, what did you think about this game?
Well, in my opinion, overall the game was good. There was nothing wrong with it, and nothing that I could see. The only thing that I saw that was a slight problem was the multiplayer aspect. When it came to grappling or, say, ziplining with your little grapple tool, it kind of got to the point, like, where it was slightly annoying because there would be the slight kind of lag or delay or buff that would kind of just throw you off. So like if you went to go grapple and you click LB and all that, but it just doesn't register sometimes, and then you just plummet, which after a while you got used to it and you just kind of worked around it. But it was just, I'm pretty sure it was only on the second player's perspective, or for the second player's kind of playthrough of it. So I mean, if you're looking for the game for the story and all that, I would either suggest playing it solo, but I mean, if you don't mind falling to your death a few times, sure, go ahead, play with a friend, because that is gonna happen. But with that happening, you'll have a fun experience because, you know, you'll be playing with your friend and having a good time overall. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with the game. There's zero problems with the actual gameplay itself. There's a lot to explore, and there's a lot to find and open, and little puzzles. And like, just the little fruits that you pick up and throw is nice. It's a nice little touch, other than like, oh, make it a tool and then, you know, do that. Instead, you're kind of just grabbing fruits that have the properties of a tool and then throwing that, which cool concept behind it. But other than that, there wasn't anything else that stood out. The bad wise, that is. I'm pretty sure the boss has already explained all the aspects of the game, but yeah. So in my opinion, overall the game was great, and it was probably because I was playing it with my brother. Anyways, make sure you guys leave a like on this video while you're here, and drop boss down in the comments.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, thanks for giving your opinion. I'm glad you stopped by. Anyway, thank you for listening and for giving me your time to actually stop by and come here in my little pit stop. But anyway, I appreciate all of my listeners, and thanks for dropping by. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.